Welcome to this week's video, welcome to the province of Jujuy, and welcome to la Serranía del Hornocal, or el Cerro de los 14 Colores. Just a quick bit of context before we leap into this next travel vlog. This was a very long weekend in Argentina. It was a 4-day weekend, and I took an extra day off work, so I had 5 days to travel. And I wanted to go and see some of the northern provinces of Argentina. So the province of Salta, and actually I only ended up really spending the day in Salta, the capital city, and the province of Jujuy, slightly more to the north, bordering on Bolivia. So I hope you enjoy this video, and let's get into it. It's the morning in the city of Salta, and let's see what Arthur got up to. Good morning, it is Thursday, and I am currently over the city of Salta, which you can hopefully see in the background. I walked up to this little sort of mountain peak. It's called Cerro San Bernardo. After a 11-hour bus journey from Cordoba overnight and a little breakfast in town before coming up here. It was a very hard walk, and I can imagine the people who live here and do this every day, because there were a lot of people walking up. Must be very fit, but it is absolutely stunning. I mean, the mountains already are crazy, super nice. And it's a hazy morning, so the view is not as nice as it could be. But I'm really looking forward to this weekend. I've got sort of half a day in the city of Salta, walking around, hopefully going to a few museums before my bus up to Tilcara, which is in the province of Jujuy. Salta is the capital of the province of Salta. And yeah, I'm very much looking forward to this long weekend. Lots of exploring, hopefully, in some even more different environments. I mean, I'll be going up to nearly 4,000 meters, hopefully, at some point. So very different to the jungles of Iguazu and the sort of plains around Cordoba and the sort of little hills around Cordoba. I mean, little hills around Cordoba. Still goes up pretty high, but compared to this, not quite. But yeah, I'm going to walk down now, I think, and then see what to do with the rest of my day. I'll catch up with you later. Good morning, I have a lot to catch you up on. I'm currently in Purmamarca waiting for a taxi to go up to the great salt flats shared across Salta and Jujuy provinces. I had a fantastic day in Salta yesterday. I feel like it's really made for tourism almost, and I'm not the only one who said that. One of the other people I work with at school reckons so, and there were a lot of Argentine tourists there this weekend. It is a long weekend, so it's not too surprising. I really enjoyed the Güemes Museum, which is where, it is based in the house of one of the major generals of the Argentine army during the War of Independence. I learned a lot about the Gaucho militias during the royalist invasions, so that was really nice. I then really enjoyed the Museum of High Mountain Archaeology. I think that's what it's called, something like that, where they had so many little Incan artifacts and even Incan mummies, which was astonishing. It was really cool. A bit scary, but really cool. And yeah, you've got these really intricate carvings in solid gold, dressed up in like feathers and little dresses. It's incredible. And then the drive up from Salta to Tilcara was really long, actually. It was 4 hours. I kind of thought, 4 hours isn't that bad, but 11 hours when you're sleeping is almost easier than 4 hours when you're not. So yeah, it was a challenge, but we made it. And then I wasn't able to film a recap last night when I got to the glamping, because the walls between the rooms are so thin that you can hear everything. So I didn't want to disturb the people next to me who were trying to sleep. And yeah, so here I am this morning. I was trying to organise this trip to the salt flats all of yesterday, and I kind of managed it. I was originally in contact with a guy who thought I'd be able to join 2 or 3 other people to bring the price down to go up to the salt flats. That hasn't happened, so I'm going by myself, but that's all right, and it means I don't sort of need to wait on anyone else, which is quite nice as well. So I'm going to really enjoy today. A bit of a walk around later on. made it to the big salt flats. They are very big. 4th biggest in all of South America, after one in Bolivia, one in Chile, and another one in Argentina, I think, somewhere. After a very long drive up a mountain pass, the guy who's taken me is a lovely chap, and I definitely think it's worth the price to come up here. It is stunning, really stunning. It's just a shame I couldn't have split it 3 ways with someone else, but that's the way things go sometimes. Absolutely stunning. Taken some very touristy photos, as you do, and this afternoon I'm going back down to Purmamarca to go for a bit of a walk around the Cerro de los Siete Colores, as I said, which should be lovely. Very much looking forward to it. And then after that, when I get home, well, when I get back to Tilcara, I'll probably go to the Pucará de Tilcara, which I don't really know what it is yet. I will find out this evening, and I'll catch up with you later on. It's been a fantastic day. The weather is genuinely stunning, and I got here before loads and loads and loads of tourists got here, so I'm really glad I came up. It is stunning, really stunning. Oh, and I just had a tortilla filled with sweet corn and cheese, which was spot on, cooked on a barbecue. It was lovely. Anyway, I'll catch up with you later. I am quite literally in the middle of nowhere. Yesterday, after getting to Purmamarca, went for a nice walk around, got a good view of the Mountain of Seven Colours. Didn't manage to go to the Pucará, that's on for tomorrow morning, because the bus was a bit late. And then just had a really nice sleep, actually. This morning, got the bus to Irusha, which is one of the most isolated places I've ever been to. The only way to get here is on about 60 kilometers of dirt roads, which, as you can imagine, on a normal bus that's just been given some tractor tyres, took a really long time. So it was actually 4 hours on the bus in total from Tilcara, and because it turned up late, I wasn't sure about being able to do the walk I wanted to do. It's about 7.5 kilometers to a viewpoint over what I believe is another little village. Very popular, but the last bus leaves at 3 p.m. and it's currently 1 p.m. So I've only got 2 hours to do it. Now, I'd love to make it. If I don't, that's all right. I am keeping a very close eye on the time, making sure that if I get to halfway through sort of my 2.5 hours, I turn back, because I obviously don't want to end up in Irusha overnight. But I think with a bit of speed walking, a bit of jogging and a bit of normal walking, it is doable, maybe. I am also being careful though, because obviously I am at over 2,000 meters altitude. I want to make sure that I don't collapse for no one to find me. Yeah, the scenery around here is incredible. It's actually ridiculous how majestic the mountains are. I don't know if you can sort of see behind me. It is quite crazy. But yeah, I will catch up with you later and I'll let you know how the walk goes. Crossing a river to begin with. I hope my feet don't get wet, but here we go.
And this is the point at which I spotted the chips.
I am emotionally not ready for a 4-hour bus ride home. I managed it. It was slightly not what I expected. It wasn't a viewpoint over a lovely little village. It was just a little village, very, very little, even more remote than this. I mean, this has buses coming to it, I guess. I basically semi-ran, semi-walked 15 kilometers up and down a big hill. I could have spent 2.5 hours walking around this lovely little village, you know, chilling out, but clearly not. Although on the way back into the village, because it went downhill, then uphill to the tiny village, and then downhill, then uphill back into Irusha. And on the way back into Irusha, I went through the market, and I absolutely smashed £1 worth of chips. Now, I'm fairly sure some of the bigger ones were raw in the middle, but there was a ton of salt on there, a ton of ketchup, and I've never spent £1 better than that. And those were the best chips I've ever eaten in my life. I am so cooked, but I have had a fantastic day, and these places are fantastic. So I'll try and sleep a little bit on the bus ride home, and I will catch up with you probably tomorrow morning. Welcome to the Pucara de Tilcara. This is actually the third video I've recorded while being here, because I don't know how to tell the story of this place. It's really complex, really difficult to put into words what the guide told me in a sensitive way, because the history of South America from sort of 10,000 BC up until now is really, really complicated and complex and difficult to get your head around. You have lots of individual nomadic tribes that then sort of around the birth of Christ, around that period 2,000 years ago, start to settle and they sort of learn to become farmers. And then these sort of individual groups of people are gradually taken over by bigger populations like the Incas. So here, this would have been sort of the southernmost end of the Incan Empire at one point. And then, of course, you have the coming of the Spanish and then the independence movement, which all changed the history of the country and how these original populations were viewed and how the conservation of their history and their memories is carried out. And it's a very problematic place. It's a very problematic discussion, and lots of people have lots of different opinions, and I don't think it's my place to give that opinion. But just if you ever come to Tilcara for whatever reason, I strongly recommend having the guided tour, because sort of the plaques around the buildings don't really, I don't think, give justice to the history of this place and how interesting it really is. So yeah, anyway, this afternoon I'm going to the Cerro de los 14 Colores, or La Serranía Hornocal, which is very, very exciting, and I'm very much looking forward to it. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the rest of the video. That is the last big thing I want to do before leaving. I'm leaving tomorrow afternoon. But yeah, I'm having a fantastic time. This place is amazing. There's so much to see and do. And yeah, super cool. Anyway, I'll catch up with you later. What a day. That afternoon was really fantastic. Yeah, incredible. On the drive up to the place where you see the mountains, had some interesting music in the car, a mixture of Grease, Michael Jackson and translated ABBA, which was a bit odd, but kind of funky. Then, I mean, breathtaking, truly. The mountains are stunning. There's just, there are no words to describe them. It's something else. It's really something else. And I saw some wild vicuñas, which are the sort of wild ancestors of the llama. Llamas and alpacas are domesticated. They were bred from vicuñas and guanacos, which are the two wild species. So a massive herd of them walked past below us. Unfortunately, I couldn't take a photo, they were a bit too far away, but that was kind of fun. And then on the way down, a bit of an incident. As we were coming down, a car going up completely lost all power because of a serious lack of oxygen, and ended up sliding down and backwards into kind of a ditch on the side of the road, like, you know, drainage kind of area along the dirt road. So we stopped and I helped push them out, which was an interesting experience at about 3,500 and a bit meters, but an interesting way to end the day. Tonight I am going out to have some food because it's my last night here. I'm going to treat myself, and then tomorrow morning I'm going to sort of do the last few things. I think I'm going to go for a bit of a walk and then pack up and head off back to Cordoba. So yeah, it's been a fantastic 4 or 5 days, and I still got a little bit left, so I'm going to enjoy it. Goose. Come on. Hey. Welcome to the Garganta del Diablo Tilcara edition. Perhaps not quite as impressive as the one at Iguazu, but you know, I feel like that completes the trip quite nicely. The only thing I didn't get to see in Iguazu is this, or a version of this. So yeah, lovely walk this morning up through the valley. The sun was sort of just rising over the valley that's perpendicular to it. The moon was still out. Absolutely lovely. This afternoon, before I head back, I am just gonna go have a shower, find somewhere to sit down nice, maybe have a cake or something. Ooh, nice. And read my book for a bit, because the last 3 days have been pretty busy, pretty intense, and I feel like a bit of a break, you know? And then this afternoon, back to Salta, 4 hours, then back to Cordoba, 11 hours, then straight to work in the morning from the bus station. But I won't show you that. You don't need to see me gradually get more dead. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this video and you've enjoyed watching my lips slowly disintegrate because of how dry it is here. I think humidity gets to a maximum of about 35%, and most of the time it's about 10%, so it's very, very dry. But yes, if you've enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up. If you have any questions about my trip, what I've done, please stick them in the comment section below. I will get back to you. And subscribe if you haven't already. I will see you next time. Stay tuned.